Hey guys, what's up? Resin86 here, bringing you a new replay, this time in the T110E5, the very versatile, and I mean versatile, Tier 10 American heavy tank. I'm playing with a couple of buddies of mine, Journeyman and Ace. Journey has a Twitch page, a Twitch stream, which he streams roughly about 9:30 Central Time to, well, basically whatever time he gets tired of streaming. And we are here on Malinovka. He's in his T57 Heavy and Ace is in his Centurion Action X. So now Ace goes up in front. I'm basically just behind him, and Journey is bringing up the rear in his T57 Heavy along with a Mouse, an IS-7, an IS-3, and we're going to have a little bit of backup in the way of a T-54 and an E-50. So we've got a good team. We've got a good team going up this hill. Our Grand Finals tank goes up really boldly towards Alpha 7 to try to spot something. However, no dice. So now we're just basically going to go up the hill and see what we see, find what we find. Now this replay is basically going to be mostly about, like I said, the versatility of the T110E5, knowing your role, knowing what you have to do in the match so you get a win. Centurion Action X gets spotted at Alpha 8 going up the hill, and he's pushing up strong, so he should have some backup with him. We keep pushing up the hill, Ace is already up there, and a T-34 gets spotted down at Charlie 5. Now I know what you might be thinking, you know, T-34 heavy tank, he should be, you know, in the front, but when you're bottom tier in a good gun depression tank, I actually don't blame him, that's where I would probably go as well. Now Ace does get tagged by the Centurion Action X. He's hiding relatively well, but he doesn't know we're here. So when he pops out to take another shot at Ace, we put a shot right into him. Now unfortunately we're not completely hulled down, which is a shame, so he does get a good shot into our places. However, we managed to punish him right back by doing 450 damage. Now we're running into a T110E5. Now here's the thing, ever since the game went HD, a few tanks have been becoming into HD models, have been turning to HD models. T110E5 is one of them. And the cupola, which used to be really fragile, at least for tier 10 guns, got revamped as well. So now the bottom area of the turret, the bottom area of the cupola, where you see just below the machine gun port, you're about to see it in a little while when we get up close with the T110E5, that area is now the weak spot. The top spot has a lot of curves and a lot of edges where shells can easily bounce on. Now we try to take another shot at the E5, however it goes a little bit wide. We fired just a little bit too late, but now here's where he makes his mistake. Ace puts a good shot into him, I put a good shot into him, he gets tracked, and then he has to burn his repair kit and he loses round about 800 health. T-54 makes the same mistake, we both tag him again, and now he's down to less than 3/4 health. Journey finally manages to join us up here, and we decide we're going to push. So now we have to take out the Centurion Action X. T-54 is bugging out. Journey takes a kill on the Action X, and now we're pushing. We're going to push this T110E5. He is alone and at half health. Journey puts a couple of good shots into the back. We fire, but God knows where the hell that shot went. So now Journey's spent his clip. He's reloading. I put the last shot into the T110E5 right in the back of the turret. Now, E100. E100 is a difficult tank to play a little bit, because not many people know how to, I hesitate to say abuse its armor, but it still has really good armor. But the lower glacis is really weak, so with a tier 10 gun, you should be fine penning it with normal ammo. Now, I don't know why I'm still aiming here. Our tracks were blown out by the RD, but we're able to move. I don't know why I take that shot. Just kind of hoping he turned his turret back, maybe get a lucky shot into him, but it doesn't pan out. So now here's where I'm talking about knowing your role. We have a Mouse and an IS-7. Mouse and IS-7 are essentially brawlers, okay? And we're a more versatile tank, so the idea is we let them use their armor to go and face off against the E100. We take a shot into the T-57 Heavy, who's back in back sniping. Luckily it goes in, because that turret is very difficult to penetrate. That turret, despite how easy some people say it is, it's actually got a lot of edges and a lot of curves that can easily bounce shots, so you have to hit it just right. We're about to see what I mean by that in a couple of seconds here, as I aim at the turret, but it goes a little bit too wide and unfortunately bounces. So now the mouse in IS-7 are taking shots at the 57 Heavy. He gets lit on fire by the mouse, who takes the kill, and unfortunately makes us miss our shot. Now we're going to aim at this IS-4. But first, a T-34. Now, I thought this was a completely different tank at the time. I don't know why. I saw the name, but I completely thought it was a different tank. Otherwise, I would have aimed a little higher at the turret. But now we're going to engage the IS-4. Now, here's the thing. IS-4 has pretty good armor. It's got really good armor from the front. But when it's at an angle like this, where I'm on top of the hill and he's at the bottom, it completely negates the sloping of his armor and allows our shots to go in very, very easily. Now, we missed the T-34 again, but we do get tracked by the Type 61, so we start backing off. We let the mouse, who's got 2/3 of his hit points, the IS-7, push up in front. And right now we're going to use our sniping abilities to their fullest extent. Now, as they push down, they're going to run into the Type 61 in a second here. Here he is. Okay, so we aim at him. We use our sniping abilities. We aim at him, get a good shot into his side, and we let the rest of the team, the T-54, take the kill. Now, the E-50 unfortunately has been taken out by a hidden Roomba. And here's the thing. Here's another reason why I'm sticking back right now. The thing is, they have a lot of tank destroyers, and despite this is a very mobile tank, it's not particularly fast. It is an easy target for a 183 firing HESH shells, for a JPE-100, for a Roomba, which we don't know where they are. So we push up rather slowly. T-22 spots the 1375. Obviously doesn't know he's been spotted, but now that he's firing, he has to know. But we managed to put 3 good shots into him in quick succession. Now, Ferdy's been spotted. I fire a little bit behind where he was because I thought, in my logic, is when you're spotted and somebody's firing at you, you move back. That's why I fired a little bit behind. We let the T-22 pass in front of us, because right now what we need are spots. We need spotting, and the mediums right now are the best thing we have for spotting. Ferdy gets tore up. He goes behind a rock. We aim at the T-54, no shot. So we auto-aim at the Roomba, take a shot, but it unfortunately just tracks him. So Journey puts in a great blind shot and takes him out. Jagdpanzer E-100 gets lit, so we aim at his lower glacis. However, it just misses. It probably went into the dirt, and we get shot by the 183 with HESH. We fire again at the Jagdpanzer E-100, however it bounces off his gun. It went a little high, the shot. And now we're taking cover from the 183, and basically, yeah, from the 183, that's it. Journey's putting great shots at the Jagdpanzer E-100. I take the last shot and get the kill. So now T-54, M4043, their Grand Finals tank, which is down at J3, has been down there the whole time, not being very useful. We aim at the T-54, we get a good shot into the side of his turret, and now we seek to engage the M4043 and the 183. The reason I don't fire at the 183 is because at this angle, with the height and the angle that he is at, it is a very unreliable shot. You don't know if it's going to penetrate or not, like we show right here. And that's why I go for the 4043. But now the T-22 is right there with him, face-hugging and forcing him to turn around, which is why we take this shot, and it goes clean into his side. Now the T-22 is going to take the kill. This is the last bit of damage we do. 5,400 damage, 4 kills, and an all-round excellent match. Okay guys, here are the post-game stats. We managed to get a first-class mastery badge, the first time I've ever gotten a first-class mastery badge in this tank. The thing is, despite I consider myself to be a good player, you know, above average. I'm not a great player, but I'm relatively good, I like to think. But for some reason, I tend to not do very well in my tier 10 tanks. As you can see down there, 45% win rate, 46% win rate, 44. Now, some of these I haven't played that much, granted, but the T110E5 I have over quite a few games now. Right now, as of the time of this recording, its win rate is now up to like 49%. So I'm definitely getting better at it, but it's still a difficult hill to climb for myself specifically. I'm a lot better, in my opinion at least, at tier 9s and tier 8s. So we get our first class mastery badge, our high caliber for our 5,488 damage, as well as a Confederate medal. We get 3,400 XP for our double for the day, and 77,000 credits, of which after repairs and ammo and consumables and all that stuff, we get an actual income of 31,000. We fired 29 shots, 23 of those hit, 16 penetrated. Now most of those were, for example, against the T110E5, against the 183 where we bounced a shot. We bounced a shot, obviously, from the Ferdinand, from the Jagdpanzer E100. There are a few bad RNG / bad shots on my part. But we did manage to penetrate 16 of them for a total damage of 5,488 damage. Now, we took 8 hits. Most of them bounced. 6 of them bounced, 2 penetrated. And we did get hit by Artie once, but fortunately we managed to block 1,510 damage with our armor. And now, thanks to our 12 vehicles damaged, we managed to get the Confederate medal, and we also got, with assistance, 1,376 damage caused by my tracking other tanks. Alright guys, back to the match. There are a couple things I wanted to talk about, but I'm going to leave the nuances of the T110E5 for a review that I'm going to do at some point in the future. What I'm going to do right now is talk more about knowing your role in the game. Not every tank can do every role. This should be painfully obvious to everybody. An E100 cannot play a support. A 50B cannot play a brawler. Alright, a KV2, despite what many people tend to see in the games, should not be able to play a sniper. Alright, the T110E5 in this case is an extremely versatile tank. It can fulfill many roles. Alright, it can fulfill a brawling role. It's got great armor. It can fulfill a sniping role. It's got really decent accuracy. It can fulfill a support role. It's got it's got good mobility. So in this match, what we did was we started out as a supportive role. We went up the hill and we held the hill. We held our spot. We held our ground, making sure that they could not move past us into the backfield. That's what we did with Ace. We waited for our heavies to push up. Once our Mouse and our IS-7 and Journey and his 57 heavy were up, we pushed. We pushed in, we killed the Action X, we killed their T110E5 who had no support, and that's when we kind of stopped. Journey decided to go back the other way. We sent Ace back to our cap to deal with the Grand Finals tank that the E100 was really not doing very well. And we stayed on top of the hill playing a support role, playing afterwards a sniping role, excuse me. So what we did was we let the Mouse and the IS-7 push into the E100. We let them push down the hill along with the E50 and with the T54. They have the speed to support them in that area. Meanwhile, we had the accuracy to try to take out the IS-4 at the bottom, to try to take out the T57, the Type 61, the T34, which we unfortunately missed and bounced, but you can't have everything. So that's the thing in this game. That's one of the things in this game, a major thing. Knowing your role, knowing what you have to do to help your team win. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. Leave a comment, basically say your mind. And, well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.